gentlemen, man here. It's session 13 of Within Mist and Shadows. As we last left off, everybody's kind of spread out doing their own different thing. They're done with their missions for Deadeye. We'll start off with Lee. Last time when you got back, you decided that after watching Deadeye rush out, and you've never seen him grab gear before like that. You know, he straps all his gear off, and you decided to follow him, which ended up almost being a mistake. He was actually snuck up behind you and called you a monster and literally scared the living hell out of you. And you realize that I should not cross that man.
Nope.
So, you explored the city, you found out some information about what's been going on, warfare in the streets, starting to spill out, the city started to become worried. So,
I think it's my time to step in.
it's the next day. Oronok is leaving to go meet with his boss. So, your boss is going to meet the guy who had sent him to Deadeye Pearson. You have nobody to go to. The one guy you actually had to go to called you a monster in a sense.
Lonely.
Yeah, you were lonely.
How does it make you feel, dude? You changed a lot. Like,
Yeah, well, like he said, when he called him a monster, it made him happy.
Yeah. Oh, you liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what is
Monster needs targets and he needs to go.
what is your plan now that Durzub is going to meet this guy that sent him to meet with Deadeye?
Go with it.
You can't go with him. To backtrack a little, we'll say that you met with him, told him you wanted to go meet this boss too,
Yeah.
because he's your boss, and he told you right now that's not a good idea because this is like an orc compound. By what he knows, all they do is hire orcs, and there's a good chance if you walked in that place, you might be beat within an inch of your life.
Slavery, things like that.
He's going to go in there and kind of figure out what it's all about. So he goes in there. Are you going to follow him there so you know what the place is, or?
What is it? If he tells me not to follow him, I probably won't.
Well, in a sense, I don't think he'd tell you not to follow him, because it's a place that you can't go until he learns more about it, because he knows it's only this guy. All he does is hire orcs.
Yeah, I'll probably
half orcs.
I'll probably follow him just so I can see where it's at in case he never comes back.
All right, so you kind of lay low, and you see him walk to this compound, and it's got walls 3 times the size, like height of you. They're all covered in spikes, barbed wire. Other than that, it's 2 stories. What windows are up on the 2 stories? You cannot see. Like, they're all boarded up, barred. You can't even see inside there. And at the door are 2 orcs. And after a couple moments, Durzub walks in, and he's gone. Are you gonna like kind of sit out, wait for him, and all that stuff?
I'm gonna scout out. I want to see, they got 2 guards at the door. I want to see if they got any guards that walk around the perimeter from where I'm at. Maybe I'll see somebody may walk around, and I might even try to go around and go to a few.
The compound is built into like the mountain.
Oh, it's built to the mountain.
Yeah, like you went north in the city, and like the compound goes up a hill that it goes into the mountain, and like the compound sits in a nestled part of the mountain. So literally, it's like the mountain, and then there's a wall, and then the compound inside.
Yeah, so after, a couple minutes, I probably figure out there ain't gonna be no guards walking around this thing.
No, there's guards walking
I mean,
around
not all
inside.
around.
Not around the walls. All you see is the 2 orcs posted at the door.
Probably just, I'm gonna stay there until he gets done, and if it's like a day or something, of course I'll go back.
You don't see him for the whole day. Like within a couple hours, he hasn't even come out.
Okay, I'm gonna head back to the city because I know where it's at now.
Mm-hmm.
And probably I'm gonna go back to the city, and I've been investigating.
Well, you're still in the city. It's part of.
Oh, it's part of the
yeah,
city.
it's in
I
the
forget.
city.
I'm gonna once it gets nightfall, I'm gonna go to where these fights have been happening. I want to see one for myself from a distance.
Well, the fights have all been just. It's not. It's a random pattern. It's
Yeah.
not like it's not like it's staged like Street Fighter or anything. But I mean, you're saying what you want to do is basically scout out and maybe run into one of these.
Yes.
One of these skirmishes. For the
Interests
night.
me.
Is this something you're going to do until you meet back up with Durzub or any of the other
Probably.
guys? Okay.
Probably gonna investigate that a couple times, and then when I get a time, I want to.
Like during the day, would it be something that you would continuously go back and try to and see if you can't find him,
Yeah, every day I'll probably go and check
and
it
like
out.
wait a couple hours around?
And eventually I'll be looking for Oronok too.
Well, that's what we're getting to. So you should say that. So you've arrived a day ahead of schedule of these guys, where you thought it would take you days to get back.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, right. You've been hanging around the temple and whatnot. You've already talked to the High Father. Within a couple days, you decide you've seen him return, and you've kind of got the idea that, man, though, you've got a overhearing talking to the High Father that, hey, they're done with their mission, so you get the right idea that, hey, maybe I should go see what the guy who sent me here
Yep.
to do these, see what, what all this is about, see what he's got to offer.
Yeah. Like, whenever I first came into town, I didn't have anything, and now
Yeah, you've got all this stuff, but you wouldn't have this
yeah.
if this guy you never met
I mean,
would
maybe
have sent you to Deadeye.
I'm always curious
Just
of
curious.
what lies behind.
More power, possibly.
I mean, it's the thing that I love.
So, add up days here, a day, that night, next day, So it's like,
Figure out what happened with the tentacles?
I don't know. That's a conversation you have to have with them guys.
Yeah. Because I know what happened.
Yeah, but you don't.
I
Nobody told you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you don't know why it happened.
Exactly.
Well, when you meet up with these guys, you can ask.
Okay.
Which is about to happen.
Okay.
So, scouting around and whatnot, and the next day, you're out there and you see Oronok coming the direction towards this compound. It's the same thing. 2 orc guards stand outside the door.
I'm gonna stay in my hiding location. I'm gonna see what happens.
So you're gonna see what happens.
I'll see if he goes in.
Well, he's literally heading that direction.
I'm gonna follow through right now.
Just let him go.
Yeah.
All right. So you walk up.
How many days have been since Joe?
This is just the next day.
Okay.
Next day. So you walk up, and it's like it's never changed. There are 2 orcs, not half orcs,
Yeah.
at this door, and one of them's like, "Hey, the guy who don't know how to play with fire returned." The other guy kind of looks like he has no clue, but this other orc is laughing.
Yeah, he remembers the...
Yeah. He's like, I see you fancied yourself up.
Yeah. Does he notice that I'm all burned up on my other appendages now?
Didn't you say you got a glove for that, Cam?
Yes, I do. I
So-
hit it.
So what I'm saying
Well,
is...
that's
you-
true, because my leg wouldn't show me.
Yeah, you went from bum to pimp.
I did.
So, he's like, so you return to speak with the boss. Knocks on the door. It's just like the first time you ever hear. Slit opens up. Tells you he's here for Croat.
Croat.
Croat. C-R-O-A-T.
Okay.
Boss Croat. Slit closes. In a couple moments, the door opens up and there is a half-orc who tells you
A half-orc?
on in.
Alright, I'll go in.
You enter the compound. The compound's this huge building. All windows boarded up, barred. You walk in the door.
Oh, it's completely dark, so we can see in black and white.
What up? You walk in, and for one, it smells like, well, actually you would know this. It smells horrible in here.
Yeah.
But almost to the point where it's trying to look lavish in a sense. There are orcs and half-orcs all in here, and then you walk by, there's a bar, just ran by an orc. And sitting there at one of the tables by themselves, you see a familiar face. And it's Garuza Shatterskull.
Really?
And come by, she kind of gives you a nod. And the orc that followed you in shows you behind that door, behind the bar. He points to like an open doorway. It's got a curtain. Tells you Crow awaits you.
I'll give her a little nod, a little wink, and I'll head that way.
You give her a wink, and she kind of just looks at you like. She looks at you like almost like she's disgusted.
That's my thought.
You walk in, and there sits Boss Crow. He is almost like the Jabba the Hutt of crows.
Okay.
Of crows, of orcs.
Of orcs. I'm about to say,
For an orc,
many other crows, but
for an orc, he is very overweight. Almost to the point where he's like the kingpin.
okay.
He's overweight, but you can tell he's solid.
Yeah, yeah.
And on a chain, he's got an elf female as a slave.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what his women are in here. And he says, "Welcome, Oronok Tornhard. Would you care for a drink?"
Yeah, I would.
When he does, he kind of like whips one of these chains that's connected to this female elf, and like she's in rags. She looks rough. She's got this look in her eyes when you see her that says, "Please kill me." She walks up to this cupboard and pours you a glass of scotch. Brings it to you. As soon as she hands it to you, what do you do?
She hands it to me.
And she hands you the scotch. And like I said, she's got this look like, "Please kill me." Like she hates her life.
I'll smell it.
You smell it?
I just smell the scotch.
You smell the scotch. As soon as you do, she gets jerked back as he yanks this chain and just jerks her back towards you. And he says, "I see that your missions have gone well.
Some.
Oddly enough, another has arrived from your missions. Apparently, one that you know very well, one that goes by the name Durzub. Strange little fellow for an orc."
Yeah, all orcs come in all different sizes.
He kind of looks at you a little strange. You notice, like you, he is dressed lavishly.
Oh,
like
good.
He's a big liver. Like he's dressed in fine robes, fine pants.
It's what I'm
I
adopting,
mean,
dude.
just like you.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to adopt.
And he tells you you have been spoken for quite well. Welcome to the compound. Tells you anything you want, here is yours. And he looks around. He's got weapons on the walls. He's got, like I said, he's got a huge cabinet full of all types of liquors and wines. And he's got 3 elf women in here tied to chains that are always bound to him.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
So he tells you, "Come back tonight, and I'll have a job for you.
Sure. Time doesn't matter.
Just come back tonight."
Got it.
So you leave, and there sits Garuza Shatterskull, and she just kind of sneers at you.
I'll go sit with her, and I'll say, "Hey, it's fine. You don't have to sneer that way. I mean,
She tells you you're disgusting.
why am I disgusting?
You're no different from him.
Oh, because of my clothes.
Yeah.
I'll tell her it's nice to live the high life sometimes.
The high life is not the life for a warrior. I figured this place would be different.
I mean, I look around. There's several people dressed like her. She's like the warrior type, right?
You and him are the only people dressed like that.
Yeah.
Everybody else looks like they're here to like kick ass and take names,
Yeah.
except for you two.
Yeah.
I mean, she does. She looks very displeased, like almost in a sense, maybe disappointed.
That's fine. I'll tell her. I mean, if she'll listen. I don't know if she's.
I mean, you're sitting there talking to her.
I'll tell her I've been working quite a bit on my magic, and I've learned quite a bit. And I'll tell her I've actually watching her so long ago, and kind of her teaching me the way she does things and prepares and all that stuff. I've actually started picking up more martial skills also. Just making small talk.
Just looking at you, she says, "I don't see how."
That's fine.
I mean, you look no different than any human here.
Human.
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm
The
half.
way you're dressed.
Oh, that's right.
You're picking up that she literally just cannot stand the way you look. She's giving off the vibe that she cannot stand this place. She tells you, if it wasn't for the coin, she's like,
No, that's what I was
I
about to
wouldn't
ask.
be here. She's like, as soon as I get enough, she's like, I'm leaving. This is no life for work.
Where do you plan to go? I mean,
Away from here. She's like, this place is a joke. You seem like you would fit in quite well.
probably.
She's like, this is no life for me. Your friend Durzub, I'm sure, will be very displeased with how this is going to go for him.
Oh, here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's not. Let's see. He lives very sporadically. He's everywhere all the time.
She tells you,
I guess I could turn my nose up at her and act like she's a dog, but I won't.
and that might get bad. She tells you, well, with your new attire and your sense of life, dressing like some type of coward, you'll fit in well with this false crow. And she looks over. Bartender is kind of like nodding his head like, you
No, toward her.
know, like agreeing with her.
That's fine. I've been able to hold my own.
Doubt it. What she says.
That's fine.
So, you gonna spend much time in this place, or are you gonna leave?
No, I'll probably get another drink and then I'll drink that and go.
You gonna leave?
Yeah.
Okay. About 30 minutes later, he walks out of the compound. Where you going? It's probably 1 in the afternoon.
That's what I was gonna ask. What time is it? Honestly, I'll probably go back and try to find him.
Where would you be at this time?
Well, I don't know where he would be at. I'm gonna go back to the. I'm gonna go back to the our place.
Oh, you're gonna go back to Bullseye.
No.
Well, I would assume. Yeah, unless you mean your place. So you're gonna go back to your temple. Yeah. Okay, so he leaves the compound and heads west.
I'm gonna approach him stealthily.
Stealthily in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Wherever I'm hiding, I'm out.
Oh, you just walk down the street. There's people everywhere.
Yeah.
This is actually up to like the merchant district. So
Yeah, as he's walking down, I'll approach Oronok.
Hey,
You notice
you're the second familiar face I've seen today.
there is, it almost appears as if I've been cutting myself.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Like in my arms, my legs.
Like with a knife?
Yes.
I haven't known anything about this. Okay, continue on. I'm intrigued here.
I am too.
I walk up to you and I was like, usually I say hey, and I say, you seen Durzub? My hands are kind of shaky.
I did not see him in there, did I?
He told you he was gone.
Yeah. I haven't seen him yet.
So this place is too still for me.
The town? The city?
Yeah. You gotta think where we at. I was killing people and fighting and mischief, and it's kind of like they're all doing this, and I'm just staying idle trying to.
So you're accustomed to this life, and they've all had stuff to go do, and then you're left alone.
I'll tell you this.
So not only is Lee a monster, he's a psychopath.
Yeah, a rabid dog.
You're completely right. Like he's the dog that's chased this tire and finally got it, and like the joke's I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know,
It's almost
do
what
the tire.
It's almost what it comes to, and I'm like,
I'll tell you the swamps might be fun for you.
I say,
you know that the swamps will
No.
not be fun for you. You live here.
then there's people around. I mean, I'm not gonna say it too loud, but you know, I'll say, I seen what you did to Cliff.
You did.
Oh.
You seen the halfling walk away?
I seen you get powerful.
Yep.
It's good to have powerful allies.
Am I getting a tingling sensation or anything right now?
No, you're not hurting.
I basically tell you, it's good to have powerful allies.
Yeah. It's very good to have powerful allies. And I'll tell you that,
You're very shocked by this, are you?
yeah, kinda, because I didn't know you were there.
Yeah, you did, did you?
I'll say, there's more like the dwarf.
So you can become stronger.
I've done it again.
Well, I look around and I said, I ain't got nothing to do. Need help?
If when the time comes, if I can find more of them,
I'm good at finding people.
people like me. Apparently I am too. I have some kind of connection with these other people.
I said, this is a shadow. This is what I'm looking for. This is not where I'm not who I used to be. When I came back, this is
You're a shell of yourself.
I'm a
former
shell.
self.
Yes, I'm a shell of my former self. It's almost like I've lost interest in this place the way it's became.
You know, I am.
It is chaos, but it needs a ruler.
I'm also a shell of my former self. I
Yeah.
became something very different.
I have a strong urge to just put my blade in things, and I ain't gonna do it for almost 2 days.
People need that.
It's almost like when I used to be,
People need change.
out of the game, I used to be all about the coin and stealing, and now it's like, it's about stabbing people.
You can still make coin through stabbing people.
I figured that out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
a
people-
lot more than gambling.
People, I mean, like myself, may need your assistance at some point. You never know.
I'll tell you, I said, whatever you need me.
I've since this has came up with the dwarf and the halfling that I found later.
Yeah.
I may need some help. I don't know. I've thought about you, and I've thought about Durzub.
I kind of look at Oronok, and I look back at the,
Give me perception.
what's the place called?
Give me perception.
Look at something else. Oh, is a 3 plus a 15.
He can barely see me.
I got 15. I got higher.
When you're in Corvosa, Oronok bought these fine garments he's got on and whatnot. He's been keeping dressed like this. You notice he wears a glove now, just on one hand.
I walk backwards and things too. It's weird.
Yeah, his head spins and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck AJ does. But he wears a glove now, and just days ago when he was on the ship, he had this glove on. It's a Nintendo Power Glove.
I asked you.
I have all the power.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with your hand?
It's me changing. Sometimes I feel like, then I'll start taking it off and I'll show you. I'm burnt,
his hand is horribly burnt, like the part of his face is.
My fingers almost look like they're thin and like it's like a skeletal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a skeleton hand, but you can tell it's burnt up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks as bad as his face.
I'll kind of raise it up a little bit, and you can see the burn
Yeah.
coming up my arm. Then I'll put my glove back on.
I'm
As I become more powerful, I am changing physically.
and this is a question that probably will catch
Your
people.
leg, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to start showing my leg off like.
Oh yeah, I guess it's right.
It might play into what I'm about to say in game.
Okay. Well, no, I'll tell you. I'll say after. I'll say the dwarf left me with a burned leg, and I'll kind of pat my leg. I'll say is that right? The dwarf was my leg, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say the halfling left me.
He's your, yeah. No, the dwarf was your left arm.
Okay. Sorry,
The halfling was your leg.
I reversed that.
You're right.
I'll say the dwarf left me with my
Left arm.
arm.
And the dwarf is with your right leg.
Yeah.
So you're going through many changes, and I point at the compound. I say for me to go in there, I gotta change. How'd I do it? You seem to be one of magic.
I just realized how that ties into something that I talked about earlier.
Let's think of the transformation I've been doing.
Think about the conversation you had
That I did.
with Grawl. What did you find out there?
Well, I mean, yeah, the transmutation magic and stuff. And I had that mask at one point.
No. What did he? What part of history did he tell you? The little thing he found out.
Oh, with the college and the guy.
Yeah. Why did that guy get kicked out of college?
He wanted to change.
No. What did he do? That guy.
What he killed him, changed him into something.
Oh, he changed him. Then killed him.
Oh yeah, he changed him and then killed him. Yeah, that's right.
Think about it. He wants to be something else. It's funny how that played out, didn't it? And now you know that, hey, something like this is happening.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. Hey, that tied together perfectly, and it wasn't even meant to. You're playing into stuff that wasn't planned.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple different ways to change yourself. Durzub has attempted one way.
I'll tell you,
We all know how that's worked out.
I say parlor tricks and math, that's not what I want. I want to physically become bigger and stronger and greener.
Greener.
Well,
Yeah.
that's my second thing.
Oh yeah.
Just get mad. You'll just Hulk out.
Come on, he's like I'm Bob.
That'd be crazy if I had a device that turned me into a Hulk. I got pissed off.
I can't do it, but there's magics that can change you. I'm not able to do it, but
It is something you're searching for.
yeah. I mean,
Oddly enough, how that worked.
and I'll tell you that I won't go into my story with it, but I'm actually kind of looking for people that can do that myself.
And I say, I don't need coin. I can get coin myself. I said, I'll help you achieve whatever you want to achieve. Just help me achieve that.
Oh man, if I can achieve what I want to achieve, you're set.
I kind of was waiting for him to walk wherever he's going. I'm with him right now.
So he's following you.
Shit.
This is interesting.
You can tell me to kind of.
Yeah, this is interesting. So you're gonna follow
Yeah.
him. So you guys, you talk to him, and I guess you kind of bid him, hey, I'll see you later. And regardless, when you leave, apparently he's following you.
That's fine. Well, if he does, I'm not going back to our.
Oh, so you're going to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
This is funny.
I'll go somewhere.
This is a quite a predicament you got yourself in, because as you go and you're talking, he's following you. And you said that now that you're not going there. How do you plan on ditching him?
I won't.
You won't?
No.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
I'll meet up with him later.
I
I don't know what time is it. Let's see. I left around 1.
Yeah, it's only not even 2.
Got a drink. Let's hit the bullseye, man. Let's get something to eat.
Alright. Going back to Bullseye. So you hit the Bullseye.
On the way, I actually gonna ask you about the whole tentacle thing. I'll say, you know, I kind of split off from the group, and I was gonna meet you guys over there. But when I showed up, there was this huge thing was going down. So I just broke out. I just left.
Was you there when Durzub put the thing on the table, or were you?
No,
No, he wasn't there. You guys told him that.
Oh, I'll tell you the whole story then about. I was like, man, when we went in there.
No, he knows that.
Okay, knows that. It's when we walked away.
He's wondering if they told you what was up with that. Like if you found out.
Yeah. What happened? What?
I said when we got back to.
I'll say, was he trying to kill them?
I said when we got back to Realport, all I can tell you is when we told Deadeye what happened, he grabbed gear up and he marched somewhere, and I tried to follow him, and he said he'll slit my throat.
Whoa! You can tell he's very terrified when he tells you this. Like he is scared.
Well, before that, I knew that you kind of looked at him like, hey, I want to kind of be like this, you know.
And I say, but he said something that changed me.
Or maybe he just spoke the truth about you.
Or the truth. He called me a monster. Most people would be offended. I was scared of him, but after he walked away, I felt it's my destiny to become one now.
I think we all have monster inside of us. I think it's just how far are you willing to let it come out.
So, now that you've told him this, do you want to go back to Bullseye since he said this?
He's told me basically not to be fucking with him or he'll kill me.
Okay.
So I don't think he'll kill me for drinking a beer tomorrow.
So you're going to go back to Bullseye?
Well, yeah, we'll find out.
Okay. So you guys head back to Bullseye. Kind of small talk, I guess, about what you found out about what's going on in the city. He's feeding you information that you've already heard from the High Father about all these little skirmishes, and you're telling him that you're wanting to kind of figure out why this is going on in a sense. And unbeknownst to him, you know that your cult has been involved with these. So,
in game, do you know I'm in a cult? In game, like do you not?
I know Wes is.
You talked about this last time.
But I can't remember if Wes told me you was.
No, I kept him a secret.
Yeah, he kept you a secret.
Yeah, he kept you a secret.
I know Wes is.
But he knows Wes is.
Yeah.
Because they talked about it.
I'm not offended by it by no means.
I watched Durzub's
wise words and wisdom.
Did he know about him killing that girl?
No, he doesn't know it. Okay.
I knew from the videos.
Actually you do, because you guys talked about this.
That was Oronok.
No.
Well, you guys left on the ship together.
Yeah.
Unless you didn't tell him.
No, because on the ship, remember,
You showed up.
Yeah, I saved myself, and I didn't talk to anybody.
So no, he doesn't know. Doesn't know any of that.
Not until we meet up.
Yeah, not until you meet up. Unless he tells you, but
yeah.
That you are unaware that he doesn't know any of that.
So I'm not gonna bring it up if I don't. I know you don't know.
Okay.
Unless it happens.
So basically, you're going to talk to him about what's been going on in the city and how you're trying to find out, which would play to where you're also talking to him about like someone needs to take control of this place because it's growing and all this chaos is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And he's wanting power, and maybe this is his opportunity to try to take something. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
I've been trying to talk
Saul. Maybe that's somebody you need to visit.
I would love to visit Saul. I didn't know if he was gone already, because I knew he was going to take a trip, but I didn't know if he came back or what.
You don't know. You just know that you said you brought it up to him, and you had to leave, and he told you more likely he'd be gone before you left. Yeah. So you don't know what happened to that.
Yeah. You want to go visit somebody after we're done eating?
We can.
I'll say, you remember Saul?
I remember him well.
You see maybe if he left or not?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll say, I've visited him a couple times. Me and Saul have actually kind of become friends a little bit, so.
I wonder if he ever found his thieves.
I don't.
He
told me he did not.
He did not.
But that was the day after, maybe 2 days after.
And then you've been gone almost a month now, so things could change.
I'll tell him though. I'll say, listen, I mean, I don't even know if he's still at the Gold Goblin. He was talking about selling it.
Yeah,
So,
I think he did sell it.
Well, you didn't know he was selling it. He's the only
Yeah.
one who was going to sell it.
Yeah.
So,
I did meet the girl too.
eventually we'll get to that. But you do know, walking around the city and whatnot, that is not the Gold Goblin anymore.
No.
It has now been changed to Abyssal Angel. We're at the temple that afternoon. You woke up and whatnot. You've got word from the High Father that your brother has returned, and he's been doing a little work around the temple, looking up stuff and whatnot, and he tells you that he's recently left about to the city. Are you wanting to find him? Talk to him about maybe things you've learned?
Yeah, I'll head out that way.
Huh? Wes?
Yeah.
God.
There's some stuff that he said. And I don't know if this is the right time to say it, but we're going to find out.
Yeah.
So, you guys are having your lunch at Bullseye. Where would you think to look for him? Because here's the thing. You don't know what's happened to him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you would think Bullseye would be the place to look.
Well.
Because you don't know where you don't know nothing about Crowd or anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've always met at Bullseye.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense
So,
for you to go check
yeah.
there first.
I mean, logically, it makes sense to.
So, you're going to Bullseye's walk in. You guys are sitting there having your conversation, talking about Saul and whatnot. He tells you, hey, he sold the place, it's the Abyssal Angel. You feel that, like, Pearson is staring holes in you the entire time you're there.
Oh, he's back?
He's there.
Okay.
This has been like 2-3 days later.
Okay.
And every now and then you look over and it's like he's watching you. But the bartenders, well, not the barmaids and whatnot, they don't seem to treat you any differently. Like they've always had. Like they've come to know you now. They've come to know all you guys. They don't treat you. They're very friendly towards you. Every now and then, Dirt Grin walks by and he kind of slaps you in the back. But every time you look around, it's like Bullseye, like Deadeye. Pearson is just staring holes into you. And
but I know.
like I don't know if you're you're trying to like not look at him or
Trying
what.
not to look at
But
him
it's like a
right
train wreck, you can't help
Yeah.
it.
And you can feel the uneasiness from him being here. And you're about to wrap up your lunch. In walks Garrett.
Raise him up to you.
In your couple of days being here, you've not spoken to him at all. I'm not sure if it's like avoiding him.
No, not really avoiding, just having.
I mean, he's very surprised that you were even back a day before them.
Yep.
The question is, how did you get back a day before everybody else? That's a question you didn't even
now. I didn't
ask.
think about it.
You didn't even think about it. So,
I don't go into answers. Unless.
unless asked, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
So, there they are sitting there. You've been home for like 2 days and you haven't seen him at all. And you're just now finding out from the High Father, like maybe he was hiding it from you that he's been here.
You know, he had his own thing going on. I'll ask him about it in due time.
Well, does it not surprise you that he was back before you guys were?
I will ask about that.
So, pull up a bar stool.
Bar stool, chair, wherever they're at.
No, I mean they're at a table. It's lunch, place to pack.
Yeah.
Let's see. He doesn't know about the dwarf.
He don't know about any of that.
I don't know anything about it.
The only person that knows anything about it, this guy. No one knows what happened to you between Magmar and Riddleport.
Yeah, if you ask me about it, I'll tell you that,
Well, are you going to ask him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm asking.
I mean, I'll tell you.
I'm intrigued.
I'll tell you.
Are you going to tell him here at the bar? Or is this the place to tell him something like this? Or
I'll start my story. Because we're finishing up lunch,
Yeah.
and we'll end up.
Maybe he wants to eat.
Oh yeah, if you're hungry, we can.
So you've been getting a story, pay your tab leave.
Yeah, we'll head out. That's when the good stuff starts coming out.
Start telling them. Listen up, folks.
I'll say, well,
You meeting him again, where he is a very different aura. Because, I mean, even towards you, where he was very, like, almost the bottom of the barrel, very, very depressed. He is just very, like, chest out, head held high. Like, you sense this newfound, he's almost like a different person now.
things happened.
Yes. But I mean, you sense that this is not the Oronok that left Corvosa that was dropped off at Magnamar.
I got to revisit the Twilight Academy. I learned very important things at the Twilight Academy.
Fill you guys in. Twilight Academy is at Galdoria. You guys stopped at Galdoria on your first mission to Magnamar, and
Where we delivered the spices.
We did that in online, didn't we? We talked
you
about
had this conversation, yeah. And out of all the magic users, you're the one guy that was left out because your magic's different from theirs. So, continue on.
While I was there, I met a guy, a professor. He was very interested in me.
Well, I'm sure he knows that. You've told him all
Yeah, the
this.
first trip.
Oh, did I tell you
You
about
went back
Yeah,
and
the
seen
first
him,
trip.
right? He knows about all that.
Okay, well, I went back and I visited Grawl.
Like, he and the Hoffather, they know about that thing. Now, I don't think him and Durzub know about that.
Probably not.
Yeah, after we dropped you off after our last mission, that's
Yeah.
All right.
This is all fresh information. So he has no clue what happened to you while you were in Corvosa?
I'll say, remember in the library, whenever I went out, I found the person talking to me.
good.
I was very taken back a little bit. I mean, I was kind of shock and awe. I met him. I met with it was a halfling. I met with him.
I didn't admit that.
Well, yeah. The dwarf.
Maybe it's important to tell him the riddle of the dwarf.
Yeah. I wanted to find who was talking to me. All I knew was the dwarf, black hair and gray beard.
Actually, he was there for this too.
He was.
Yeah, because remember, he spotted
Him and Durzub
Durzub, yeah.
were, yeah. I met with the dwarf. The dwarf told me to meet him out of the town.
Follow him.
Yeah, following. Basically, we went out to a cliff. He asked me if I wanted his power. I lied to his face.
Of course.
I guess he didn't catch it. Well, anyway, the dwarf left, and
He disappeared.
a halfling walks up and starts talking to me. He said that was his manifestation. He starts explaining to me that there's other people like me. You know about me. How I just kind of woke up. There's other people that's done that.
Like the halfling.
The halfling, whenever me and the halfling got around each other, is how I was.
That's
When
a lot
you're
better.
Yeah, when I was hurt and I passed out, and you guys talked about an elf also, so I know there's more. Something that I have been able to tap into almost as like a raw power is necromancy. The halfling was illusion. I found out where the dwarf was. The halfling was able to trick the dwarf. The dwarf went off a cliff. I went down there and I found this pile of ash and this glowing ball with all these circles of like different color lights inside it. And I touched it, and I was empowered after that.
Bolt of lightning.
Oh yeah, there's a bolt of lightning too.
Shazam!
Highlander is.
Oh.
Yeah.
to set you in the mood, it was very Highlander.
Yeah.
Okay, so not like Shazam, but Highlander.
No, yeah. And as soon as I realized that empowered me, I wanted to find the halfling again. And I tried, but I couldn't. I couldn't find the halfling. And this was before we left the town. And I was just enthralled with this. I mean,
Obsessed.
I was just obsessed with this. And I guess that's the reason I kind of just blocked everybody out. I was just thinking and mulling all this over in my brain. And that's the reason I wanted to be dropped back off in Goldora. Is that right?
Goldoria.
Yeah, Goldoria.
You were dropped off Magnamar.
Magnamar, and I went up
To Gondor.
to visit the Twilight Academy because the first person that I ever talked to about this was Grawl, so I wanted to go talk to him. And whenever I was there, he was busy. I told his receptionist, secretary, whoever was helper was, that I was back and I had a story for him. He found me that night at my inn, and he told me to come in first thing the next morning. I did. I told him everything that has been going on. In walks the halfling with a paladin.
What he now learns is a paladin.
Yeah, with what is
Because
a
he's not encountered a paladin.
yeah, with what I figured out is a paladin. I touched my spear. My spear's tasted holy blood.
Excellent.
I lived.
Your cane tasted horrible.
Yeah, my cane.
Yeah.
Okay, oh god. This gets good, just keep going.
I won't. I'm not going to talk about the mask.
You're not going to talk about what you learned from Grawl?
I will talk about what I learned from Grawl,
Tell that.
but I'm going to keep Grawl's involvement and him trying to.
Well, you just tell it to us. I'm just kind of
Okay.
reminding you steps because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a lot of stuff. After they left, I realized I had to find them. I was able to disguise myself.
As, because it's funny.
As an old lady,
With
a
what?
human with a walking stick.
That was his spear.
A human. I found out where they were. They tried to leave. I thought I lost them. They weren't able to leave town just yet. I had one night to get what I needed to get done. And as I'm telling you, you can see this smile. Like I loved it. I'll say.
It was like better than sex.
Oh, I loved it. I'll say this paladin. I knocked on the door in the middle of the night. This paladin opened the door. I was able.
Knowing it was you.
Huh?
He knew it was you.
He did.
Remember? Yeah, 'cause remember you can feel the pull.
Oh yeah. The paladin opened the door and like looked at me, and as soon as he opened the door, I used every force that I had, and I held every bone in his body still, and I executed him on the spot, like the High Father did whenever I brought those two people. I executed him on the spot. The small one tried to fight back, and he
Screamed.
well, no, he whipped that wand and.
Remember, but he was screaming.
Yeah, he was screaming, so I knew I had
He was screaming for help.
very limited amount of time. And this webbing just slammed into the door and on the paladin. But I was able to use burning hands and get rid of the webbing. I came in. He went for the window. I was able to muster up that power, and I held him and I executed him on the spot. Same thing. He went down to ash and this ball of energy. I could hear them coming up the stairs while this was happening. I didn't care. I had to get to it. Every bone in my body wanted to get that power, and I grabbed it, and I blacked out.
As the guards were coming.
The guards were coming through the door.
Totally forgot that he blacked out the first time. Didn't think about it.
Yeah, I blacked out. I mean, they were coming through the door, and as they were coming through the doors, whenever I reached down and grabbed that ball, and that ball hit, lightning busted through the ceiling, kind of knocked everything around. I blacked out, woke up, and I was back in Riddleport. And Grawl, he said, that was a pretty good show. He said I interest him.
Very, very much.
Yep. He's interested in me.
Mm.
And I'll tell you that he talked about Maximus. Is that how
The
it's
school?
Yeah, Maximus College.
Let me see.
It's in Varicia.
It's in Corvosa. You're in the country of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is the
right there.
the Maximus College. It is the second biggest college in Corvosa.
And I'll say a century ago, there was an elf named Ravlin, and he was doing things, kind of creating things that I am. But he died a century ago. And, I mean, if I'm connected to that, I'm just waking up from this. So that's kind of where I'm standing, and I guess we're walking towards souls.
Yeah, sure, if that's where you want to go. Yeah. You're going to go to this new tavern in town, the Abyssal Angel, which you knew used to be the Goat Goblin.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
That's really about it that I can think of.
Okay, so, is he telling you this? I mean, how do you react to this? Because you could tell this is like the greatest thing that has ever happened to him. Like, you can see it. It's like it was Christmas to him.
Well, I'd be happy because I promised him to help him recover.
I am definitely happy because when I saw him do it the first time, and then he's talking about how much more powerful he just became. That's what I want, a powerful outline.
Yeah. Well, see, to you, when you see it, you just seen the bolt of lightning.
But now I'm understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just got a story of how this happened. So carry on. Carry on.
I mean, that's all I got.
Well, I'll tell you about my little run-in with the Eye of the Arcane.
I will also tell you, when I got back, I was a day ahead of you, and I spoke to the Allfather. Or, no, the High Father.
The Allfather.
I talked to
Yes,
Odin.
Odin.
Yeah.
Odin one eye.
Hey, we got something in common. I'm just...
Hey, you did. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I spoke with the High Father. He is not too keen on Grawl.
I would get that impersonation.
Yeah, he preferred that you let him help you and not roll.
Yeah.
I would get that, I can see where he's coming from with that.
So, you said the eye, huh?
The
What
eye.
happened with that?
Now, remember, this was the morning that you left. Remember, you guys left. He said he was going to stay behind because he wanted to try to find more of the cult
Yeah.
in Corvosa.
The
Yeah.
cult and talk to, what's her name, about her fangs.
Mm-hmm.
You left to go to the library. Durzub and Langley did what they wanted to do.
Well, they went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he knew that, but yeah, you came with me.
Yeah. I knew they went with you, but I stayed back and I was going to talk to,
Soji.
Yeah.
About her bearing fangs
Bearing
at
her fangs.
Spades and Skulls.
Which I didn't see.
Which, yes, no.
And it got pretty interesting. I told her I thought she had some undead lineage in her. So we went up to her room and talked.
Okay. I've been in that situation before.
Yeah.
Shatter Skull.
Shattered that skull, didn't you?
Hey, they got together and they was hitting stuff. You find out, man.
I wrote a 20 on my fort save. That's all I'm saying.
Long story short, she was revealed to be the enemy.
The eye? Oh, man.
She attacked me on the spot.
Did we say anything around her?
No.
Okay.
Only me.
Well, I'm just making sure that there wasn't a way for her to leak anything.
Yeah, well, there's no way for her to leak anything.
You now know I'm in a cult.
Yeah, as you're talking about this, yes, you are learning.
The whole reason, that's the only thing I've said, the only thing I don't know in game is that you're in the cult and it just don't.
Yeah, now it's dawned upon you that they've been hiding more stuff from you now.
But I almost feel like they've befriended me by letting me know this.
It's trust.
Yes.
Which led to your fight with Soji. What was that all about? Trust.
Trust. And
I'm gonna kill him.
I remember when I was told, how are you going to bring a bunch of people playing evil together? I was like, I got a good way.
Yep.
So now, here we go.
And long story short, we had a fight. I offed her
Good.
a lot of healing spells.
Good. Good.
And
She had undead lineage. What was she? Did she like me?
no,
Okay.
she had vampirism running in her blood.
I've heard of that.
Is that something you vaguely have heard of?
Yeah.
So, dealt with her. Innkeeper and guards were coming up. I hit her. Feigned a yell. Told her about the rats. Scared the crap out of me. Durzub and Lane Lee came up after your meeting at the library. I did a little magic and made her flesh go away, and we carried her bones out to the swamp.
Not all of them, because remember, Durzub was like giving them to stray dogs,
Yeah.
That's a nice guy.
and he kept the skull.
That's a good guy. That's a good. Guy.
Durzub kept the skull. Everything but the skulls was disposed of.
So she had like wicked fang teeth and stuff.
Yeah, she had some fangs.
Yeah. And she used them on me. I'll show you the scars where she
Yeah.
bit me.
She basically like grabbed him and was like sitting on him, like grappling.
You know, the whole time I
Have you made a
think about-
transformation?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's. I mean,
Who knows?
from the research that
Who knows?
Oronok has done, that's the only way he knows you
Who
to become
knows?
one.
Well, he's walking around in daylight right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
You should transformation on one.
You know.
He's like, more transformation, Tom!
Well, maybe I don't know the different. You know.
Yeah.
Which,
Well, you know vampires can't walk in daylight.
That's.
But you know that's the only way to become a vampire, to be bit by a vampire. And yeah, he's walking around in daylight, so.
Blade.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Anyways, continue on.
dispose of the body. Lady Red was not happy she did not show up, but being boss said she's late, leave her.
Well, she was there for that.
Yeah. Got back, filled in. Bullseye.
Man, you had a pretty eventful time right before I had mine.
Yeah. Not to mention the tentacles.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen the aftermath of that.
Yeah, that was fun. You should have tried being there when they first popped up.
Yeah, because some of them stayed having a drink there.
Huh? Please try not to do that.
So,
Yeah, that'd have been terrible. Let's have a drink.
But I believe you and I have more stuff to talk about later on.
Okay.
do you want to talk about this now?
Not now.